Cena and Nikki, which that match is, it's whatever.
It's
Cena. It's WrestleMania, it's Cena, whatever. But then you have Rollins and Triple H. Triple H pretty much in his version passed the torch to Rollins with
the pedigree.
With Rollins beating H with a pedigree, which is a rise of the next generation. Then you had
Lesnar Goldberg is not really a rise of the next generation.
With Lesnar and Goldberg,
Randy
and Bray, Naomi, and
I would disagree with you on that one.
On which one?
Naomi. This is only her second reign, and she'd still be champion had it not been for the freak knee injury.
Yeah, but I wouldn't count her as a next generation superstar.
As a wrestler, though, because think about it, she's not really wrestled that much. She's fairly new. Not to mention, you look at the rest of that match: Becky Lynch, Alexa Bliss,
Carmella.
But then you did have the two veterans in there, Natalya and Mickie James.
And Natty, yeah.
So, you look at that one and you kind of go, okay, rise of the new generation.
Okay,
and then you end that with Reigns, who is the ultimate WWE guy, according to Vince.
Yeah. And
turn him heel.
And with Taker then relinquishing his yard to Roman.
So
that's my opinion. That's what I dubbed this WrestleMania as, is the rise of the next generation.
I'll agree with that. So, anything else to add about this weekend? Like I said, it was a loaded weekend. 3 really great cards, in my opinion. Supercard probably being the best, in personal opinion. But
now, with this weekend being over, we're naming this episode pretty much just post WrestleMania podcast, and the rest of our podcasts, they're going to be airing on Saturdays, and they're not going to be nearly as long as this because we don't have as much to cover as we did in this. But they're going, like I said, they're going to be airing on Saturdays, and they're not going to be 2 hours long.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I would say that this weekend has been pretty filled, pretty exciting. Having the Hardys come back to WWE,
and a gut punch at the end to throw everything off.
just to throw that monkey wrench in there.
Yeah.
Now, when Saturday rolls around, we're going to be covering the fallout of WrestleMania on Raw and SmackDown, fallout of NXT, and we're also going to be covering 205, maybe Impact, ROH definitely, and fallout of Supercard, yeah, and then
probably not, but because it aired the same night as.
Oh yeah, true. And then if we catch some New Japan, we will throw that in also.
But it's 6 months old.
True. Well, I could probably find some recent episodes.
Yeah.
But,
okay. All right. Well, that's everything I got
with
for this week.
Everything being said and done, and you can catch us on Facebook at Not Quite Ringside Podcast. And you can catch us on Twitter for any comments, suggestions on production of this podcast. On Twitter at Not Quite Ringside Podcast. No spaces, no nothing. Just Not Quite Ringside Podcast. Again, this is the Captain Cordis Melzer.
I'm Will the Twinkie Will.